How are you as a man or woman complaining about something? Genuinely. Because something I've noticed is that it's not the problem that matters to you, whatever you're complaining about, but it's about spreading your negativity with the rest of the world. And let me prove it. Your life sucks, right? That's why you complain. Something about your life. There's a feature in your life that you wish was different. But when's the last time you were grateful for something? When's the last time you were thankful that you could breathe? When did you write down in your journal, "Oh, thank you for letting me have water today"? People don't have water, all right? That's cliche. But you can walk, you can breathe, you can move with your hands, right? For the majority of you, right? But there are other things in this life that you're not grateful for. That if you had a disability in them, you would be complaining about. You have so many disadvantages disappeared by your own existence. So it's not that the problem is the problem. The problem is that you want to put negativity into this world. You don't have the means of recognizing what is positive, what you have. Because when you focus on what you don't have, that's all in your mind. As humans, we only have one modal by which we can think about something or concentrate on something. What that means is that if there were two pictures in front of me, I would only be able to focus on one, right? I would have the other one in the peripheral, and people think, oh, you can see all this simultaneously. But if you notice, try this in your room or somewhere. Look at an image and then try to notice something in the peripheral. You'll notice that your focus, even though your vision is still on the one thing, is being directed towards that object in your peripheral. And now, even though your focus is still on, or your vision is still on that first image, it's not as clear because your attention is on the other image. What that means is that when you focus on negativity and complaining about something, oh, this test sucks, my life sucks, I hate this major, all you're doing is reflecting it back onto yourself. You're ingesting poison, right? Imagine you went to the scrapyard and you saw a tin can filled with oil, and then you saw a water bottle right beside it. Which one are you drinking? The water bottle, of course, even though you probably wouldn't drink a water bottle at a scrapyard. If you had to choose between the two, you wouldn't drink the oil. So why are you complaining about your life? Especially in today's age. Blessed is an understatement through any circumstance. My brother, my sister, you're breathing. That is everything there is. And you know what else? If you're watching this video on YouTube, you already have all the means to actualize what you want to actualize, and that is your dreams. If you have the privilege, obviously, many of my viewers are more privileged than me or less privileged than me. I'm not saying that we're all on the same level of privilege. We all have the same resources. What I'm saying definitively is that if you have the means to be on YouTube right now, you have the means to go out and get your dream. And it's not something that you have to work for. Your dream should be something that you like doing. And the system is just a catalyst for you to do what you like. And the success will come with that. Success in today's age, for most of us, should not, if we were really honest about what we wanted, be hardworking or difficult or filled with resistance at all. Not at all, because if you like doing it, you could do that every day. The hardest problem really is just finding your thing. That's the hardest problem. Through evolution, as humans, we've worked for attention, and in our own lives, we've gone through evolutionary processes, right, that have evolved throughout the span of our life, very micro levels, right? These are microcosms for humanity as a whole. And that's another reason why we can understand concepts like evolution so easily, because we experience it through our own life, right? If you walk down the street, and this happened to me the other day, I was walking to the gym, getting a workout in. I'm in Korea, so I'm in an unfamiliar place, and I lost aura. I tripped on a sewer drain that was sticking out, right? Boom, trip. I didn't fall over, but it was one of those things like boom, and you gotta pretend that you're cool. That didn't happen in case anyone was watching. Spoiler: nobody's watching, and the people that find it humorous are on your side because they can envision yourself in their shoes. But best believe the next time I was walking to the gym, I avoided the pipe, the drain pipe. I didn't walk over it, right? That's an example of evolution in our life. And that's a microcosm for the being at scale. So when we're younger and we're still adapting, we're still in this world, we're trying to figure everything out, we're rationalizing. And by the way, we lost that art at, from when we were a kid. And if we just rediscover it, success, I guarantee, will come with that. But we're fighting for attention because attention is a symbol of positive reinforcement that we did something good, right? We're not fighting for attention to be recognized, even though that's how we transcribe it in these psychology textbooks. We want to be rewarded. No, it's not that we want to be rewarded. That's the front. That's the good feeling. That's the surface level of the unconscious, right? But really, what's below that is the fact that when we're rewarded, when we feel good, it's because we're doing something that increases our chances of survival. And so, when people envision being successful, they envision people rewarding them, right? People's vision of success is not, most people, is not on a cabin by the water with financial stability. Not really using it for anything, just having the financial stability. A lot of people, and a lot of young people especially, view success and financial success with fame. You're walking down the street and someone says, oh, hey, you're X, Y, and Z. You're Patrick's viewer. Let's just say your name is Patrick Viewer. And so if that really was what you envision in success, you won't be successful. Most people won't be successful. And the reason is that your end goal is the attention. It's disguised, it's dressed up as being successful, having a personal brand, having a business, and being able to support yourself and provide for your family. That's what it's dressed up as. But it's really attention. So on your way, quote unquote, on your way to, on the road to success, you will take shortcuts for attention, right? If you were in the desert and your end goal was simply getting out of the desert, you would keep walking. Let's just assume that you had the intuition, you had the framework. Someone like me came and gave you the framework to be successful, or in this case, to leave the desert. You would walk straight through. But if your only priority at the moment, and this obviously depends on the situation and the feelings that you're going through and the pressure of the external environment on you. If your goal was just to have water, to quench your thirst, then you would take shortcuts all the time to get to the water. Because your goal is not to be free so that you can have water whenever. It's just to have water in this exact moment. That's the same thing with attention. So if you were on your path to building a personal brand and you were making content around your thing, an example of that would be pretending to work by going on TikTok to research competitors in your niche. And what happens is you end up just consuming content and not reviewing, inspecting, putting it through experiments, trying to understand it, rationalize it, reverse engineering it so that you could change it into your own strategies. You're just taking a shortcut to follow the attention. That's all I have to say today. I will see you in the next video. I wish you all success.